Listen up, Commanders Nation. What went down in Week 1 is just beyond words. The team got steamrolled by the Buccaneers in a loss that left us all speechless. But was it just a hiccup or a sign of something much bigger that's about to crumble? Don't go anywhere, because what's coming next could change the course of the entire season. And trust me, you don't want to be left in the dark about what's going down inside this team. And speaking of shockwaves, benching our star cornerback has left the Commanders reeling. What does this move mean for our future? There are rumors swirling that could shake up the team's hopes and the locker room's confidence. You think you've seen it all? Get ready, because what's coming could be a total game changer. Are we about to sink, or is there an unexpected twist on the way? Stick around to find out. And heads up, the wide receiver everyone was hyped to see on the field. Yeah, the one we had high hopes for wasn't even active in the first game. Nobody saw that coming. What's really happening behind the scenes? Is there something they're not telling us? There's a lot of speculation in the air, and the answer might just blow your mind. Don't go anywhere. This goes way deeper than you think. So if you're someone who lives and breathes Commanders, now's your time. Smash that subscribe button and drop a like so you don't miss a beat. And remember, hail to the Redskins. Alright, Commanders Nation, let's keep it real and get straight to the point about what just went down in Week 1. My question is simple. What is happening with this team? Because what we saw in Tampa wasn't just a loss. It was a massive wake-up call. 37-14. Yeah, 37-14. How do we explain this? I'm asking, how do you justify our rookie quarterback in his very first NFL pass not even getting a simple pass off correctly? Backward throw? Incomplete. That cost us 15 yards. It's unreal. I think this marks a rough start, especially when the offense can't find its rhythm. And the defense? Yikes. We know our D didn't come out strong, giving the Buccaneers way too many chances early on. Sure, they managed to limit those early attacks to just 2 field goals. But let's be honest, that's not enough. Because after that, the mistakes started piling up. We missed a field goal. And that's when I start to ask, how many more times are we going to see these key misses? Let me tell you this. We can't keep choking in critical moments if we want to stay competitive this season. Now let's talk about what happened after halftime. We came out with the ball, looking to make a statement. And there's our star receiver, sprinting downfield, completely wide open, and pass sails long. And I'm wondering, why do we keep making such basic mistakes? Is it a lack of focus? Because when you've got your best guy open, you have to hit him. We can't keep handing out freebies like this. And look, we still managed to get into good position, but again, we missed another field goal. Second miss of the night. And that's when I say, this can't keep happening. Because when you miss chance after chance, you give life to your opponent. And that's exactly what happened. The Buccaneers capitalized and hit us with another touchdown, making it 23-7. How do you respond to that? I'm asking, what can we expect from this team if we keep giving away these moments? But hey, the Commanders showed some life with Daniels punching in his first rushing touchdown, closing the gap to 23-14. That point I thought, alright, we've got a shot. 5 seconds later, the Buccaneers hit us right back with another touchdown. Punch that knocked the wind out of us. And let me tell you this, when you let the other team score so quickly after making a good play, it's impossible to keep control of the game. The rest was a mess of bad decisions and a defense that just couldn't hold on. And here's my real question for you. Commanders Nation, are we ready to suffer through this season? Or do you believe there's hope for a turnaround? Because I see talent on this team. But if we keep making the same mistakes, we're going to see a lot more days like this. So, my final argument is this. The loss to the Buccaneers isn't just a bad result. It's a symptom of deeper problems. But what worries me most is how the team is going to react next week against the Giants. This is the time to show what we're made of. To fix these mistakes, or we're staring down the barrel of a nightmare season. So, what's up with Emmanuel Forbes? That's the question we're all asking ourselves. Because what we saw in this game against the Buccaneers, I'll tell you this, it was worrying. Forbes had a huge opportunity in this first game of the season, a chance to redeem himself after a rookie year full of ups and downs. But what did he do? He got pulled before halftime, in the first half. And that makes me wonder, how did we get to this point? I believe the issue with Forbes runs deeper than it appears. It's not just a bad game. No, this has been brewing since last season. And while there have been positive reports about his progress in practice, competing on the field is a whole different story. Now let me tell you this. You can't stop Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, two of the most dangerous receivers in the league. Then what hope do we have that Forbes will be the cornerback this franchise needs? Moreover, isn't a first-round pick supposed to be the kind of player who makes a difference? They pulled him for Noah Igbenegine, and to me, that's a clear sign that patience is running thin. Now I ask you, is this Forbes' last chance in Washington? Because look, we're talking about a player who cost a lot in draft capital, and when that happens, the expectation is clear. Either you produce or you're out. I'll tell you this, Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. did the right thing by pulling him. You can't let a player who's not performing stay on the field just because of his first-round status. That's not how the NFL works. And in this case, it's a worrying reflection of how Forbes' talents are being perceived. So, what's next for Forbes? I'll be very clear. His career is in real danger. If he keeps playing at this level, he won't last much longer in Washington. What we saw in this first game is just the beginning. And if he doesn't improve quickly, I'll tell you this. Adam Peters won't hesitate to make drastic decisions. Because this franchise can't afford to wait for Forbes to become that shutdown corner everyone hoped for when he was drafted. He lacks the physical presence and concentration to be consistent in coverage, and in the NFL, that costs games. And I want to put this to you, Commanders Nation. How long are we going to wait for Forbes? Because this isn't just about development, it's about results. If he doesn't produce, he doesn't have a place on this team. And my final argument is clear. Emmanuel Forbes' career in Washington is hanging by a thread. Team and fans have already lost patience, and if he doesn't make a dramatic turnaround soon, his time in Washington will be running out. What's going on with Noah Brown? That's what everyone's wondering. Because let me tell you, after the Jahan Dotson trade to the Eagles, many of us thought Brown would be the clear WR2 behind Terry McLaurin. But no. The guy wasn't even activated for the season opener against the Buccaneers. And I ask you, what kind of message is the team sending with this? I think there's more to this than we're seeing. Because think about it. You brought Noah Brown over from the Cowboys after he had his best season in 2022 with 43 receptions, 555 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So how is it possible that he's not playing? I'll tell you this isn't normal. With his experience and size, Brown should be the kind of receiver we need, especially now that we're missing a true WR2. What's going on inside the team? Now I ask you, could it be that Noah Brown hasn't adapted to the system? Possible. Look, McLaurin is the star, and Olamide Zaccheaus had a solid camp. We can't forget Dyami Brown, who showed some flashes in the preseason. But are these names really enough to fill the gap left by Dotson? I don't think so. And that makes me wonder if there's something else going on. Maybe Brown hasn't adapted well enough or hasn't shown what the coaches want to see in training camp. But is that really enough to keep him off the field in the first game? That's where the real mystery lies. I'll tell you this, the Commanders' offense needs depth. We can't rely solely on McLaurin and smaller receivers like Zaccheaus and Crowder. We need someone with Noah Brown's size and experience. So if Brown isn't the WR2 this team needs, where's the next receiver? Are they considering going to the free agent market? Because if they're not activating him now, when we clearly need him, then it's time to start looking for other options. And let me be clear, this decision to keep Noah Brown off the field isn't a good sign. With our limited options, especially in terms of size, I wonder if the coaching staff is underestimating what Brown could bring to the table. Brown has shown in the past that he can be productive when given the chance. But if he stays on the bench, we're losing a key piece. Commanders Nation, now I ask all of you, do you think this team has what it takes to turn things around and seriously compete for the division? Or are we still missing something? Share your thoughts in the comments because this is just getting started and we all want to hear what you think. Let's talk about Emmanuel Forbes. Do you think he has what it takes to redeem himself and secure a spot in the secondary? Or is it time to explore other options? I want to know what you think. Drop your comments below and let's keep this conversation going because it's getting more interesting every day. And with Noah Brown out for the first game, the question is clear. Do you see him as the WR2 this team needs to complement McLaurin? Or should we look outside for a solution? Share your thoughts and let's keep the discussion active. Finally, if you enjoy staying up to date with every move the Commanders make and being part of this passionate community, I invite you to subscribe. This channel is more than just news. We're a family sharing the same passion. Join us, comment, and be part of this great community. And remember, hail to the Redskins.